I know you had a video game to
Yes.
talk about.
So I want to go back to Ghosts of Yotei.
Yes.
Do a little review, little fallback
On
review
your
because
side.
I've been playing it for a second full week. And this is a A+ game. My problems are, I fully admit, largely user error based. That said, not fully user error based. I say largely, not fully. There are a handful of issues that I still have, but an update came through that helped with a lot of the collision problems. So
Okay.
now the game is a little less janky when it comes to jumping from one direction to another. That said, it did fully fuck me today.
Why?
So there was a boss that I did. I'm in the third act of the game, which is funny because it's chapter 2.
Okay.
But it definitely feels like the third act of the game. As an overview, the game begins in one area, and then you learn about the 5 bosses that you have to beat in the whole region. It's 4 regions, and the home region. So I guess 5 regions all told. And you have to go around and beat all these bosses, right? Okay, cool. Chapter 1 constitutes going to 3 regions of the 5 and beating 2 of the 5 bosses.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, and that's chapter 1? You finish that and it's like, okay, chapter 2. And I'm like, chapter 2? I'm 45 hours into this game and we're only getting to chapter 2? How many chapters are in this? So that's a little silly, I'll admit. In the third act of the game, you fight a bunch of guys that have guns. That's what makes it challenging, is that now everybody has guns. Okay, cool. So there's a guy on an island and he has a bunch of musketeers around him and a bunch of eagles that will attack you. And so I'm just on the shore pelting him with arrows, and I get him between the eyes. Dies 2-3 shots. Great moment. Take a recording of it, feel awesome about it. And I make my way to his little island to loot him and his boys, and one of his eagles has glitched, so it's just sitting in the middle of nothing. It's just in the air.
Nice.
Sitting, and you're like, okay, yep, PS5, and yet we still have moments like this. It's okay. It's how you know it's humans making the thing. It's like pencil marks on animation. It's
Yes.
how you know that this is still being made by people. God damn it, boss fucking despawned. I didn't get to loot him because he despawned, because we think that I was supposed to go and actually meet him and fight him face to face. And because I killed him with arrows from so far away, the game was like, well, you don't get his loot then. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
I did
that's
all
cheap.
this and then he despawns? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that's cheap.
So I was very upset about that for a while. Great shot. It was a very cool
Nice.
moment. There's a lot of really good body high moments in this game, but like the beauty of the game really takes over. The story really helps along all these other elements of it. So like the shortfalls of some of the side missions are smoothed over by the beauty of the storyline. It was funny because at one point you meet a guy who wants to help you with stuff that you're trying to accomplish. You have similar goals, and so you're trying to help each other out. And things just keep going badly for you two while you're doing this, and his men keep dying. And so he keeps on being like, you fucking suck, and I don't know if I want to hang out with you anymore, and I don't like you, and you're just a bad person. You're a bad person. But because I had done all the side missions, I didn't have anything to do in between these story missions. So I would just go boom, 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 boom through the story, which means that I would go back to the same guy and he'd be like, okay, I'll help you out again. And it's like, dude was just dressing me down like 5 minutes ago, and I'm clearly supposed to go off and do other things and explore the world and then come back, let him cool off, come back to the next mission. But because I don't have that, I'm just going into the next mission. So he is super forgiving about everything. He'll throw these big fits and then turn around and be like, okay, what's your next plan? Let's go invade a castle again. I can't say no to you.
Oh my God.
And so that was funny just from my own personal standpoint. That has nothing to do with the game. That just happened. In the same way that I did again, because of the way the chapters are laid out, you can kind of pick where you want to go. And so I beat the second boss before I beat the first boss.
Oh.
And so it was funny because you have a list that you wear around, and 2 names were crossed off the list, but not the second name. So it was the first name, second name is still around, third name is crossed off.
Oh,
I have to go
Jesus.
back and kill the second guy. It was funny because the first mission, you get what is clearly supposed to be the super customizable samurai, casual wear, no armor. I'm just going to travel around the world wearing this casual samurai. Everybody's seeing that samurai look with the big pants and everything. But it has like 9 million customable patterns that you can wear for colors and styles. And so I'm just sitting here like, I feel like I should have gotten this earlier. And I was definitely supposed to, except I didn't do any of the missions that would have gotten it because I didn't realize that was a thing. I'd gone off and done something completely different and then rounded back to the other thing and been like, oh, I was clearly supposed to be here way earlier. Okay, cool. No worries. I just did the snow level without all the fire you were supposed to give me to help me with the snow levels. So it's a really good game. There's some really touching side missions. The characterization is really great. There's a Ninja Turtles reference, which will always get me. The internet doesn't do justice to some of these things. In the game, they're really beautiful in terms of the writing and in terms of the pacing and style. So it's a really great game. Me and it still, I still joke with Kelly. I joke. It's not really a joke. It's one of those like, I'm joking, but I'm crying inside kind of jokes. The game definitely likes her more than it likes me. and so I'll be doing something and I'll be getting frustrated and Kelly will just be like, I'll hand the controller to her and she'll do it in like 2 seconds. Yeah. And it's just like the game clearly likes her more than me. So great game. Highly recommend it. Nice. Do watch out because there are some moments where you get a little too eye of the tiger and do things the game doesn't want you to do. And let me be clear, the game is very specific about telling you how it wants you to do things. And I am very much in the, I don't fucking care. I'm going to do this the way I want to do this. So if you use 2 swords, everybody makes fun of you for using 2 swords. And it's like, I don't fucking care. I'm going to use 2 swords because it's A, badass, and B, super useful against you idiots. And killing a guy with a giant bow and arrow from 500 yards away when he's supposed to have a whole conversation with you face to face. Yeah, the game didn't care for that one. It was kind of angry about that. So I did want to really quickly talk about the NFL.
Okay.
So the Bills did win today. And
finally handed it off to the best running back in the league multiple times.
That was the thing, was that we just ran the ball.
Yeah.
That was all we did.
James Cook. Oh.
The only thing that we changed was we got rid of the penalties and we ran the ball with James Cook. It wasn't just that we were running the ball because there were a lot of weeks there where it's like, okay, we're going to run the ball with Ty Johnson. It's like, yes. I love Ty. He's not James Cook. Nope. There's a reason why those 2 contracts are extremely different. So James Cook had 200 and change. He averaged 11.4, 2 touchdowns. He wanted to get a third one at the end of the game because they were lined up they were on the goal line. And it was funny.
But they were up 40-3 at that point, right?
They were up.
Or is that the one that Josh ran in?
That was the one Josh ran in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So we were up 33-3.
Yeah.
And then you could see Cook on the sidelines being like, put me in. I'll get a third. Come on, give it to me. And they're like, no, we're going to give it to Josh. Meanwhile, everybody in the broadcasting booth is like, it's National Tight Ends Day, whatever that means. You should throw it to the tight ends. And like they're zooming in on all the tight ends being like, it's definitely it's not going to them. We're in snowplow mode. We are not giving it to them. The only reason I have any pause about this win is because in the same way that I complain about how Bostonians are thumping their chests and talking about how great they are, which we'll get to. I say to them, who have you beaten? What great team have you actually beaten? Because we beat ourselves in that game. The Bills beat themselves more than the Patriots beat us. The Patriots just capitalized on those events. And in the same vein, that's exactly what happened today. Andy Dalton had maybe one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback have. It was almost tragic. It was 7 sacks.
Why was Bryce Young out? Was he hurt?
He was out. He's hurt.
Oh, I didn't know
he has a bum ankle. Ooh. And so he was out. Dalton was in all game. And listen, Buffalo has a special spot in its heart for Andy Dalton because he got us into the playoffs, and that was great, and we deeply appreciate that for the first time in 17 years back in 2017. Like we all remember, we all appreciate. This dude had one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback have, and I watched Carson Wentz play last week. It was bad. It was really bad. He had, I think, 3-4 turnovers, got sacked 7 times. It was just atrocious. He could not do anything right. And he just kept on going to the sidelines and looking at his tablet. I'm like, dude, the answer is not in the tablet. The answer is on the couch because you're done. You're done. You can't do this anymore. You might have a game like Joe Flacco every once in a while, but even Joe Flacco has a game like today where, it just doesn't work out in his favor.
He still had 3 touchdowns.
He did. Well, he has
2 passing, 1 rushing.
He has Chase and Higgins. All he has to do is just bomb it up there, and someone will go get it. But like, I just look at Dalton. I look at that score line. I'm like, I think that's going to help our defense get their confidence back, and that's great. Ed Oliver is week to week with a bicep injury. That's not great. And once again, the good things. Hairston hit the field, and he looked good. Great. We need that so desperately. We did not have a myriad of injuries, which we've had only outside of games. We've had a few injuries in games, but the vast majority of the injuries have come outside of games. And so that's why Hamlin is out right now, is because he's actually on the IR because he hurt himself in practice. And it's just like, okay, fucking great. As part of that, we have Poyer and Trey White just committing the dumbest penalties you've ever seen. It's like, this is why you guys had to leave.
Yep.
And then we brought you back and we were like, oh, we'll just let the good times roll. And then you pull this shit. And I'm like, you should probably leave the party. I don't think you should be here anymore. You're kind of pissing me off. I am so glad that we won this game big. I needed a blowout win. I needed a giant blowout win to make me feel better about things. But I would be lying if I said I still don't look at McDermott and think, oh, this is what you do for us.
See, I think what was big about this blowout win, though, is I think you needed this as a springboard into next week.
We desperately needed it. There was a moment where I was like, it feels like, in the same way, again, I'm going to put on my tinfoil dunce cap. In the same way that I've been complaining about the refs kind of giving out penalties or lacking penalties for the Chiefs, I feel like this was one of those days where the refs were kind of told, like, swallow your whistle a few times, okay? Like, we need the Bills to look good against the Chiefs. We need everybody to think that this is going to be a game and not a rout. And if the Bills look like shit against the Panthers, then nobody's going to watch the Bills and the Chiefs play next week. So refs, don't call all the penalties on the Bills that you've been calling. We need them to look good.
Yeah.
So again, tinfoil dunce cap. I don't care. I just want this to. I just need this to happen. I was talking to a couple in the park today when I was walking the boys, and one of them was talking about like, oh, we've come so far and we've tried so hard, we've done so much. They were like, do you think this is going to be our year? And I was like, I need this to be our year. Yeah. I simply can't take it anymore. The fact that we had the chance to close all of our business last year and we just didn't do it.
Yep.
It makes me sick. And so we made it infinitely harder for ourselves. The defense has suddenly aged 10 years in one off season. It has none of the capability it's had for the last 5 years. And the offense is James Cook and Josh Allen. And if either of them go away, we have no offense.
But and this week, when I was watching the score, because I'll admit, I didn't actually watch this game. I was watching the Bears-Ravens, which...
We're going to get to that too, yeah.
No, I don't even want to talk about that. To me, only solidifies when I said a couple weeks ago and kind of got poo-pooed that I think James Cook is the MVP of the Bills. It's like, this shows why they need him.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he can, not even 200 yards, say he did 100 yards and a touchdown, that extra little bit to take that pressure off of Josh, because when Josh is pressured is when he fucks up.
Yeah.
And they need to take the pressure off him. And James Cook is the perfect running back to take the pressure off Josh Allen, because he is that running back that can get 5 to 6 yards on a carry when you need him to.
He was ripping 8 to 10
on
a fairly regular basis.
His play-by-play was ridiculous. And he had like 1 or 2 plays that he lost a yard.
Yeah, very little.
All the rest were positives.
And it just like, it really shows that we need that. The biggest thing, and then we'll move on to other teams, the biggest thing that I find frustrating is that we're in the exact same position before the trade deadline that we were last year.
Yep.
We need a cornerback and a wide receiver. And God damn it. I look at Coleman. I look at Xavier Worthy. I look at Brian Thomas. I look at all these guys that we could have had. And I'm just left being like, so we really couldn't have put this thing together? This was the best solution, was trading down multiple times? How are we still begging for a corner and a fucking receiver?
After watching the Bears game today, if I was the Buffalo Bills, I would contact the Bears and say, what do we need to do to get DJ Moore?
DJ Moore. I had the same thought.
Because they have underused him so bad this year. And then he had one of the greatest catches of the year at the end of this game.
The only thing was that he needed to step out of bounds.
He needed to step out of bounds.
That was a
mistake.
Yeah.
I think he was shocked he actually caught a fucking pass, because I think they threw it to him only a couple times, and they handed him the ball off as a running back a few times. It's like, dude, he's your number one. I know Romaduzzi's doing great. DJ Moore is your number one receiving, like, veteran receiver.
Yeah.
And they are underutilizing him, and I know A.J. Brown has been talked. I think they would want too much for A.J. Brown.
Not only do I think they'd want too much for A.J. Brown, we would be just as good bringing back Steph Diggs. It's the,
absolutely.
You need to feed me every time, and if I don't catch it, fuck it. I'll get it next time. And so you just got to keep feeding me, and I hate that in receiving. I hate that. It doesn't fucking work. It makes us one-dimensional, and it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
So I would definitely go in for DJ Moore.
Dude. Contact the Bears, DJ Moore.
And you know what the funny thing is that we already know that the Bills are going to trade back into the second the second round of the draft anyway. They're not going to draft someone in the first round. So trade your second rounder to the Bears for DJ Moore. You're going to trade back into the second round anyway. So who fucking cares?
He would do wonders.
Oh my God. He would at least put a threat on the table.
Yes.
So it's like, because Shakir had a great 50-plus yard run. Yak Shakir is just... he's yakking away, and that's great, and that's what you want. He is not a number one.
No.
Keon Coleman is not a number one. Fucking, what's his name, who pretends to be a dog peeing on things. He's not a number one. None of these guys are number ones.
Yep.
And you don't use the tight ends as number ones, so we need a number one.
You need a number one, and you need it in fucking draft.
Yeah.
Not in the draft, in free agency. They have to get a wide receiver.
We need something.
Yes.
We need something, and we suck at drafting in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Sometimes we get some really good stuff, but by and large, we are not great at drafting. At least recently, I think like 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Those were good drafts. Since the pandemic, since fucking Khair Elam, we've had nothing but shit drafts. It's been awful. Awful drafts. Bernard's good. I like Terrell Bernard. He's great.
He's all right.
But he's injured like everybody else. The end of that Bears game was... I could not believe what I was watching.
That is the Chicago Bears in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know, they have these... And I messaged this to my friend... Caleb Williams is just not good.
Yeah.
He's just not. He can't process things. Some of the intentional groundings he got and his turnover, it's like he doesn't know what he's looking at.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm saddened because I never wanted to draft him. I still believe that if they had kept Justin Fields, he would be in a much different situation. You can't give... You can't say anything negative about Fields being on the Jets this year. It's the fucking Jets.
Yeah.
The Jets are just shit. Last year, he had a winning record on the Steelers, who were a defense-first team, and he had a winning record and played really fucking good. The Bears, he never got a shot.
Yeah.
And him and DJ Moore, their relationship was fucking tight. DJ Moore loved him. He fought for him. And I look at Caleb now, and I'm like, dude, he's got all of this hype on him, but when you look at it, he doesn't know how to read defense. He doesn't know how to read situational football. He misses throws. His interception, he threw it behind a Duze and too late.
Yeah. And
that's why the fucking guy easily intercepted him.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it like, this is the Bears though.
Yeah.
You know, they'll have that, like the announcers had said this. Last year they were 4-2, and then they lost their 7th game, which they did today, and went on a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah.
And they showed their upcoming schedule. They very likely could go on a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah. Well, like the thing that I look at, I'm just like, do you bring in a mid-range, long in the tooth journeyman game manager and just give Caleb time to just fucking learn to play football at this level? Because he didn't have that last year. Nobody taught him to play football at this level. Part of me,
you know, these guys that come out of college with the expectation that you at least know enough to play quarterback. And yes, he didn't have people teaching him, but when you're a professional making millions of dollars, you shouldn't really need to be taught how to play your position. You know, you can be taught how to play it better.
Yeah.
But like as far as reading a defense, you should be able to fucking do that when you come out of college and you're the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So that I don't have any.
Well, like the thing is, I'm racking my brain about who that would be, and I'm like, do you bring in Gardner Minshew? That's not going to help.
No, you don't.
Like
you can't do
I don't even know who you would bring in to help with that, because the guys you would have brought in, like your Alex Smiths or even your Teddy Bridgewaters, they are either retired or ineffective.
Yeah.
And so it's just like Tyrod, but Tyrod's already in New York. So I don't know. I don't know if there is anybody that you can bring in while this kid learns how to play the position at this level, because I truly think it's partially because of Flus. Eberflus really royally fucked you guys.
Well, no, it all started with Nagy.
Yeah.
When they should have fired Nagy and the GM before they drafted Fields.
Yeah.
But then Fields had that year under them. And then who does he get? Fucking Eberflus, who was horrible.
Yeah.
And, you know, at least Williams went from a shitty half a year with Eberflus to an actual offensive-minded person.
Yeah.
But the problem with Ben Johnson is he's one of these new, I got to have the most difficult offensive structure known to man because I'm a genius. And it's like, no, dude.
I'm so far ahead of everybody else, I'm going to do the stumble play where people pretend like they're falling over, and that's going to be the thing. And it's like,
so dumb.
That works one time, dude. Nobody's going to buy it the second time. You know, this is the Marino fake spike punt. You know, I don't know, man. It's not going to work.
But like when you talked about the DJ Moore not stepping out of bounds, 2 plays before that, Caleb Williams had like an 18-yard scramble.
Yeah.
He didn't step out of bounds. And so they had to call one of their 2 timeouts they had left.
That whole 2-minute drive
was terrible.
Was atrocious.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst 2-minute drives I've ever seen.
Yep.
The only thing that came close was the Giants' quote-unquote 2-minute drive. Granted, here's the thing. The Giants were down more than the Bears were competitively. The Giants were down 20. The Bears were down, I want to say, 16. So it's like, it's only 4 points, but those 4 points are like so big. The Giants just turtled. They just didn't even play the last 2 minutes. They had 3 timeouts. They could have done something. But they were just like, we're down 20. We're not going to even try. Which I can't blame them for, because we can't have anything nice, because Cam Scattaboo went down, not with a head injury, but with
a bad ankle
bad ankle injury that needed to be air casted on the field.
Yeah.
So he's probably done for the season.
He's done for the season. Neighbors is done for the season. So you're like, dude.
What are we doing? I guess there's nothing to look...
Jackson Dart's great, but they have nobody.
Yeah, now there's nothing to watch the Giants for.
Yeah.
And you're just left being like, well, that was a cool 2 weeks that we had
fun. It was
fun.
a great 2 weeks.
We can't have anything nice, can we? We just got to move on to terribleness all the time.
And especially the game started with an 18-yard touchdown pass to Scattaboo. It was awesome.
I know.
Like,
they were
going to be great.
They were the thing to watch.
Yep.
And then the NFL guys were like, nah, that's not going to be a thing.
Dude, it's just, I just want to take a quick look at the current scores real quick. All right, so it looks like, Denver is destroying Dallas, 37-17 right now.
The Bucks are killing the
Saints.
Saints.
Are killing the Saints. Colts are killing the Titans. Wow, these are 3.
All 3 games that are on right now are full-ass blowouts.
Which, I got to say to my Bucks, my lovey Bucks,
yeah.
Last week they got torched by Detroit, but... The big reason was, Mike Evans separated his shoulder. Oh, that was the worst.
It was bad. We went from maybe to he's definitely not getting 1,000.
So you look at that team, and they lost to Detroit last week, and I'm happy they're getting a meatball right now with New Orleans. But they have one guy. They have a rookie wide receiver. That's their only fucking weapon right now.
That's
is a rookie wide receiver.
That's all
and
they got.
Still are finding a goddamn way to win now, and it's like...
It's Baker Mayfield for you. Dude won't quit.
No, he won't.
A few other notes. Falcons, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do with this? You make me feel like shit.
This was the Andy Dalton game for them because they started Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And he played like dog shit.
Yeah. So thank you for ruining that. Bengals, way to blow it. The Jets have finally gotten their win for the year. But thank you, Bengals, for fucking blowing it again with your defense, your terrible defense. The Niners blew it against the Texans.
Niners got trashed.
I don't even know what I haven't watched the highlights of that game. I don't know what happened, but like, dude, you got to beat the Texans. You can't do that. And then the fucking Browns, man. You had a chance. It was like 7-9 at halftime.
Yep.
It wasn't like some blowout thing. They end up losing 32-13. What the fuck, guys?
This is what's happened the last couple weeks with the Patriots. If you remember, the only thing... And I had given this credit originally to Bill Belichick. Back in the day, during the Brady days, they were the best team at making halftime adjustments. I think the offensive adjustments might have been
McDaniel.
McDaniel, because The last couple weeks, they've had rough first halves, but then the second half, they come out and they literally torch whoever they're fucking playing.
It pisses me right off. Well, so here's the thing. The Patriots being good pisses me off, but what really pisses me off is Bostonians thumping their chests and talking about how great they are. You can't spend 5 minutes being humble, 5 fucking minutes being humble, and just being like, oh, we are still putting ourselves together, and we're going to see if this season goes well, and we hope that we win the division, but who knows? Maybe something will happen. Let's just try and do our best. That's what everybody else in the fucking division does when they win 5 games in a row. Hey, this is great. I'm so happy. Let's try not to blow this, because otherwise we're back in the shitter. But no, Bostonians are over here talking about how they're the greatest thing, and they're the power team, and they're the varsity, and Drake May is the greatest player of his generation, and he puts everybody else to shame.
You and I don't have this track record that they do, that our teams had a 20-year span of dominance.
Yeah, all the more reason to not act like a fucking billionaire and rent Venice, okay? Here's my thing. Be cool. You could be cool. You're choosing actively to not be cool.
Ethan. Yeah, you're talking about Boston.
I love that you called me by your son's name.
Sorry. You're talking about Bostonians.
I know, but that's the thing. Is that they're fucking assholes, and I'm fucking sick of this shit. And you just need to shut up. You just need to. I feel like Philip Seymour Hoffman in Punch Drunk Love. You just need shut up, just shut the fuck up, shut up.